Gardner, campaigner on migrant rights, and for a look at what the public think, we're also joined by Patrick English from the polling company YouGov. I'll come to you in a second, Patrick, but Zoe, I just want to understand who's going to be on this boat. Is it everyone, irrespective of how valid their asylum claim might be?
Yes, that's the case. So what the government's bill that, as you said, have just passed through Parliament last night does is it says that absolutely everybody is denied the protection of the UK government. It doesn't matter if you're a man, a woman, or a child. It doesn't matter if you've come from Afghanistan, Sudan, Iran, Syria, Eritrea. It doesn't matter whether you're a refugee, a survivor of torture, or a survivor of trafficking. We will not protect you. We will dump you on one of these barges, and that's that. So it's no solution. It's a really sad day for human rights protection in the UK. And it's a sad day for all the many compassionate people up and down the UK who simply want a fair and well-functioning asylum system, not this utter refusal to engage with international laws, with international norms on treating people like human beings. You know, we're talking about children who will be subject to this, victims of trafficking and torture who will be subject to this. It's absolutely despicable.
Yeah. Well, OK, I mean, emotions run high on both sides, and there'll be people who will point to the extortionate bill for putting people in hotels. The slight problem with the government's plan here is that they say they'll be detained on this boat until they can be sent back to their home countries or a third country such as Rwanda. Well, we know that the Rwanda issue is still subject to a judicial challenge. But here's the issue, as Zoe suggests. In 2022, there were 3,860 enforced returns. That was 46% fewer than in 2019 prior to the COVID pandemic. So we don't have, Zoe, a good record of returning people, which is why you would imagine their stay on this boat will be a long one.
Well, yes, and if we don't assess their asylum claim, which is what the bill does, it says we won't process their claims whatsoever. So no matter how legitimate or, as some people might think, illegitimate their claims may be, we simply won't assess them. We'll just dump them on this boat. And that's why the cost of accommodating asylum seekers has climbed so high, because we are simply dumping them without any support, any adequate support into communities where they don't have the available resources to adequately support these people, and we're leaving them without.
So we need a better system.
Them get on with their lives.
Well, the government says it's developing a better system. Patrick, does a slogan like "Stop the Boats" does it work with the public?
Well, that's a good question. So absolutely the public think that the current immigration system as a whole is not functioning. They think that the government is doing a very bad job at managing the issue of immigration. However, when we last checked in with people on this specific issue of small boats, the public are very, very split on this. Look, immigration is a very complex issue and the public understand this and they have very nuanced views on this. And a lot of it comes down to the framing. So last time we checked in on small boats, we found that generally speaking about the government's approach, 40% of people said they supported it and about 40% of people said that they don't know. So it comes a lot down to framing. If you ask a question like, do you want to stop illegal immigration? Generally, you'll find the public will say, yes, that's a good idea. Equally, if you said to them, do you want to make sure that all genuine asylum seekers have their claims processed and dealt with, they'd also support that suggestion. So it's a complex issue on which public opinion is very